So hey, what's up guys, this is Shikhar. I am back with yet another interesting topic. So today we're gonna be discussing the water cycle. So, have you wondered how clouds are formed? Or there might be similar questions in your mind like where does this rainwater comes from? Or even where does this water of pond or lakes goes during summers? Or how does this glacier melt down, causing flood-like situations like we have seen few days back in Uttarakhand? So let's stop wondering and discuss a very important cycle, the water cycle, where answers to all these questions are hidden. So let's get started. Water, an important medium for life, covers approximately 71% of the Earth's surface. Water generally influences the external and internal morphology of plants and their physiological processes. Rainfall and humidity are the most important factors in determining the vegetation of a particular region. Rainfall is the major source of soil moisture, which is so essential for the plant life. Thus, water cycle, also called hydrologic cycle, involves the continuous circulation of water in the Earth's atmosphere. Of many processes involved in water cycle, the most important ones are evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation and runoff. Earth's water is always in movement. The continuous movement of water above and below the surface of the earth is described as water cycle. Water is always changing states between liquid, vapor and ice, with these processes happen in the blink of an eye. So if we look broadly, there are 5 main processes involved in water cycle. These are evaporation, transpiration, condensation, precipitation and runoff. So let's discuss them one by one. Evaporation. One of the major processes in this cycle is the transfer of water from the surface of the earth to the atmosphere. By evaporation, water in the liquid state is transferred to gaseous or vapor state. This transfer occurs when some molecules in the water mass have attained sufficient kinetic energy to eject themselves from the water surface. The main factors affecting evaporation are temperature, wind speed, humidity, and the most important, solar radiation. The principal source of water vapor is the oceans, but evaporation also occurs in soils, snow, and ice. Transpiration is the evaporation of water through minute pores called stomata in the leaves of plants. Have you heard of evapotranspiration? For practical purposes, transpiration and evaporation from all water, soils, snow, ice, vegetation and other surfaces are lumped together and called evapotranspiration or total evaporation. Evapotranspiration is the sum of water evaporated and transpirated from a surface area to the atmosphere. Condensation is another most important process involved in water cycle. The transition process from the vapor state to the liquid state is called condensation. Condensation may take place as soon as the air contains more water vapor than it can receive from a free water surface through evaporation at prevailing temperatures. By condensation, water vapor in the atmosphere is released to form precipitation. As altitude increases, air pressure decreases, and so the temperature drops. The lower temperature causes water vapor to condense into tiny little water droplets, which are heavier than air and fall. Atmospheric circulation moves water vapor around the globe. Cloud particles collide, grow, and fall out in the upper atmospheric layers as precipitation. Some precipitation falls as snow, hail, or sleet and can accumulate as ice caps and glaciers, which can store frozen water for thousands of years. Most water falls back into the oceans or onto land as rain, where the water flows over the ground as surface runoff. Precipitation that falls to the earth is distributed in four main ways. Some is returned to the atmosphere by evaporation, some may be intercepted by vegetation and then evaporated from the surface of the leaves, some may percolate into the soil by infiltration, while the remainder flows directly as surface runoff into the sea. Interestingly, most groundwater is derived from precipitation that has percolated through the soil. Ice also plays a role in water cycle. When soil moisture freezes, ice also occurs beneath the Earth's surface, forming permafrost in tundra climates. About 18,000 years ago, glaciers and ice caps covered approximately 33% of the Earth's land. But today, about 12% of the land surface remains covered by ice masses. This alternation of evaporation and precipitation of water causes water cycle. Temperature plays a key role in controlling evaporation and precipitation. Hence, temperature, precipitation, and evaporation are the three main parameters controlling the climate. These three factors interact and form a complex system which modulates the water cycle and indirectly tunes the biological cycle of an ecosystem. Have you ever wondered what drives the water cycle on and on? Water is a source for photosynthesis in plants, and plants absorb nutrients in aqueous form from the soil. So, solar energy and gravitational forces are the main cause for driving the water cycle. And do you know, more than 80% of the incident solar radiation is used to evaporate water. This evaporative phase of the cycle purifies water, which then replenishes the land with fresh water. The flow of liquid water and ice transports minerals across the globe. The water cycle is also essential for the maintenance of most life and ecosystems on the planet. So now, let's discuss the effects of water cycle on other biogeochemical cycles and on climate. Effects on biogeochemical cycling. While the water cycle is itself a biogeochemical cycle, flow of water over and beneath the earth is a key component of the cycling of other biogeochemicals. Runoff is responsible for almost all the transport of eroded sediments and phosphorus from land to water bodies. The salinity of oceans is derived from erosion and transport of dissolved salts from the land. Effects on climate. The water cycle is powered from solar energy. About 86% of the global evaporation occurs from the oceans, reducing their temperature by evaporative cooling. So, without this cooling, the effect of evaporation on the greenhouse effect would lead to a much higher temperatures of 67 degrees, which is a warmer planet. The water cycle involves the exchange of energy which leads to temperature changes. When water evaporates, it takes up energy from the surroundings and cools the environment. When it condenses, it releases energy and warms the environment. These heat exchanges influence the climate. So friends, this was all about water cycle from my side. If you want to add more to this context or have a query in your mind, just comment down your thoughts below. I will try to pick each one of the questions. And also, if you want me to discuss any other topic of your choice, then feel free to mention it below. I will try to pick one very soon. So yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you end up liking this video, then don't forget to hit the like button, and still if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, then hit that red subscribe button and also turn on the notifications for future updates. Until next time, hope to see you again. Goodbye. Stay safe, stay healthy. Cheers.